Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Just before I begin with today's topic, if I can get my words out, I just wanted to say that I'm super excited and super happy that I have raised a total of £280 for Mind Charity. So for those of you who haven't been around my social media or my YouTube or any of those things, then just to recap briefly, I done 20,000 steps for 20 weekdays in order to raise £20,000. £15,000 was to go towards me for my business so I can give out discounted and free mentoring for people who cannot afford it or don't believe that they have the funds for it right now. Um, at the end of the day, my heart and soul is into this mentoring, and I want this to be a business from heart to heart. I want this to be a heart-led business where I can help everybody from all walks of life. So wherever you label yourself in this world, in this community, in this society, I want everybody to benefit from what it is I am sharing. And I don't want finances to be something that stops people from getting the help they need. Um, I didn't raise that money. My goal was to raise £5,000 for charity and £15,000 for me to sort of kickstart my business. So I went out, being bold and strong, and thought, do you know what? Let me just go and go for it. Go for these dreams and try it, because that's what I'm about. I am about living your life to the fullest and finding a way to thrive in this lifetime in a way that helps you, that supports you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. All of these things that to know that in a world where you cannot get it wrong, to just fully go for your dreams and for what you believe in. And so I did. I went for it, and I raised £280 for Mind Charity. So I didn't hit the £5,000 mark or higher than that. So that means all the money I raised, the £280 that I raised, thank you everyone who supported me, went directly to Mind. Once I received the receipt and the certificate from Mind themselves, I'll post it all over social media and you can see that. So I'm very excited that I've managed to help out Mind in that way. And I can put the link to their website if you want to find out what Mind do, but they support people in mental health, and £280 will help them a lot. And they are very grateful for what we have raised together as a community and as a family, because that's what we are. So so to continue from that, I do a monthly competition, and now we are officially in November. This will be my November's competition, and it's slightly different to how I usually plan to run these competitions. But because of the fundraising, my idea in mind was to fundraise these mentoring places, to have sponsored mentoring places plus fundraise for Mind. But I didn't get the finances for those mentoring places. However, I still want to provide them completely for free. So I'm going to mix it in to the November competition. So this month's competition, so from today until the end of November, you have the opportunity to win 10 weeks of mentoring, or it could be 10 months. It depends what your time schedules are and what you want, but it's basically 10 hours of mentoring completely for free, no strings attached, with me. And this is not just for one person, it's for 10 people. So there will be 10 winners this month. So this is a November special where the the I'll figure out how I do it, whether it's the first 10 people that sign up, they win, a first come, first serve basis, or I put all your names into a hat. It just depends how many people enter in the competition. Last month, 4 people entered. So in that case, it would have just been 4 winners. So there's an opportunity wait, just to clarify, last month there was just one winner, because that's how I am doing it sort of in general. But because of the fundraising that I done, and now I've got these 10 spaces of mentoring, either over a period of 10 months or 10 weeks, depends what you want, how frequently you think you need the mentoring, whether you just want to dip in and dip out, or maybe you just want to see what it is and you just want some of it. But either way, there is 10 hours of completely free mentoring for 10 people that I am giving away this month. And to enter in that competition, all you need to do is either email me, I'm in for the November competition, put the title November competition, and I'll add you to the competition list, or comment below this video saying I'm in, and any video in November. So if it's not this specific video, but you know about the competition and now you, for whatever reason, can't find this video, then just comment in any YouTube video or in my Facebook, either my personal Facebook page, or I've got a Facebook group titled Soul Mentoring. So if you want to join that group, and you can just put a post, either a private DM message or public post saying I want to enter in the competition, and I'll make sure that your name is in there. But please enter before the 30th of November, because that's the date that it closes. So it's officially open for today and it closes at the end of November. And the winners will be announced in December, along with the new competition. So October's winner got announced last week, and so then now we're into the new competition, and I hope you enjoy entering, and I hope you win if you're really eager to get started with finding more about your spiritual and human side, and what it is to be human. Which brings me very nicely into my topic, and I did not plan that, because I don't tend to plan the things I say, although I should, because I tend to waffle. But anyways, so what does it mean to be human? So I received a question on my Facebook group the other day, I think last week to be exact, and it was along the lines of, how do I not take my thinking seriously or personally when it's my thinking, it's my thoughts that help me get through stuff. I rely on my thoughts, my logic to make decisions about my life and my family and my future. So how do I not take it personally? Which is an awesome question, because just yesterday with me at work, as alongside the mentoring, I'm also a nanny. And sometimes with children, as you'd know as parents, it can get a little bit much. It can get a bit overwhelming, looking after children and supporting them, supporting their emotional needs whilst trying to attend to your own emotional needs. And sometimes we lose it a little bit and we shout at the children. So I was feeling really, really guilty after shouting at the little boy that I look after. And I did apologise to him at the time. I said, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have shouted. So I did all what I believed was the right thing to do. But I still came home feeling terrible. Now, that, because I know where my feelings are coming from, I know that that's my thinking. Just in that moment, my thinking is just doing what thinking does. So I get a thought, I shouldn't have shouted at him. That's not very nice. Maybe I'm not a nice person. And those thoughts, if I carry on that train of thought, I'm just going to feel worse and worse and worse. So the whole essence behind not taking thinking personally is that thoughts are just thoughts. There's nothing more to it. Thoughts don't hold up when you look at them with a magnifying glass. They don't hold up to what they are. They're not real. They're smoke and mirrors. So it's like pulling apart a thread of, when you've got a scarf. Let's say that the scarf is the thought, and then you pull the thread out. Suddenly it's no longer a scarf. It's just a piece of thread, because you've pulled it all out and it just unravels. So it's the same with our thinking. It just unravels. So now, if we go back to those thoughts that I had yesterday, I shouldn't have shouted at him. okay, well, maybe there's some logic there. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I could have counted to 10 and, not shouted. But I cannot, as far as I'm aware, I cannot go back in time and change what had happened. So that thought falls apart. Okay, well, I did shout. I said sorry. I made amends. What I can do now is strive to be better next time, to be the person that I want to be the person that I am, because I am love, peace, and wisdom with the power to create the illusion I am not. So, yesterday, with that thought storm, I was creating that illusion innocently. I created that illusion that I'm not love, peace, and wisdom. I created the illusion that I'm a horrible person and that I'm mean and that I shouldn't shout. But I can take those thoughts, those impersonal thoughts, as lessons, and I can mold them into something better rather than beating myself up. I can take them. It's like the string. We've pulled it apart. It's no longer a scarf. I can knit something new. So, from those impersonal thoughts, because thoughts are impersonal, they just pop into your head. The thought that says you're not good enough, the thought that says you should have washed up by now, the thoughts that said you should be married, you should have kids, you should have a house. They're just thoughts. They mean nothing. And when we see them as meaning nothing, we don't take them as seriously. We can play with them a bit more. It doesn't look as scary and real. And in the moment when you're really feeling into these feelings and these thoughts, you're really feeling into these thoughts, they feel so real because that's the point of being human. That's the point of it. It's a hands-on game. You're supposed to be able to feel it. Those experiences, you get to feel the nitty-gritty and the fun and the excitement and everything in between. You get to really feel your thinking. And so it feels personal. It feels serious. It feels like, how can I separate this from being personal or not being personal? And the how is kind of obsolete because it's that bit is what's personal to you. The how you decide to, what wisdom comes through you, how the magic behind life comes to you and allows you to move with that thought and allows a new thought to pop in. That is personally gift wrapped to you. Your wisdom will look different to what I'm explaining and what I'm saying my wisdom looks like. So, for me, to be honest, I don't even know how I got out of that thought storm. I expressed it for a little bit. I spoke to my partner and I said how I was feeling. And then I moved on. I kind of just got distracted with one thing or another. And now it's another day and I don't feel guilty anymore. That thought has gone. So, whether it is for you to talk about it or sleep on it or write it down or something completely different, it doesn't matter. It's just holding up that thought to a magnifying glass, like trying to see, does this thought hold its ground? Is it true all the time? Or have I let go of that feeling somewhere? While I'm here feeling really anxious and serious and, oh, I need to get this done, to, it's okay. It'll get done when it gets done. Because that difference in attitude has shown you that you've seen something differently. That means you're not taking it personally anymore because you've shifted. Your level of consciousness has shifted. And so that's one part of being human, of it. We get thoughts, we all get thoughts. And the other part of being human is the fact that we live in separate realities. So the way I see something as wrong or right or indifferent will be different to the way you see wrong, right, and indifferent. because it's like we live in our own little bubbles of reality. So our own little worlds of what is true. And so we all get these thoughts in our heads, and some thoughts we don't pay attention to, and some thoughts we really hold on to, and some thoughts we pay a little bit of attention and then they go. It's kind of, oh, that's funny, that's nice. And some thoughts don't even pop into our heads. It's never occurred to me to murder someone, yet there's murderers out there. So we all live in our own separate realities. So when somebody else does something and we think, why on earth would they do that? It doesn't make sense, because it doesn't make sense to us from where we're sitting, from where we are, from our vantage point, from our perception of life, our consciousness level. What they do or what they're doing doesn't make sense. But to them, from where they're seeing, it makes perfect sense, or they wouldn't be doing it. So I hope there was something helpful in that, in the human side of things. Just before I end, let me move on to the spiritual side of things, because really there isn't two sides. It sounds like two, but it's just one thing. But bear with me, I am going to talk about it as if it's two, because it's the only way at the moment that I know how to talk about this. So then we've got the spiritual side of us, the wisdom side, the God side, the magic behind life side. And I tend to say, look within. I look within. And when I look within, so for example, with the human part of me, of the thinking and the guilty, the guilty thinking, and I'm not good enough and I'm a mean person, that's, my thinking mind. And that's the human part of me, the thoughts popping into my head. And then the wisdom side, the spiritual side of me is like, well, that's not true. And while the storm is happening, I can hear that, I can feel that. I can feel the lies within what my thinking's saying. And so that they work together hand in hand. And the more we tap into that spiritual side of who we are, because that's the truth of who we are, but being human is also the truth of who we are. So like I said, bear with me. It does get confusing, but there is a simplicity in this. So with that, the magic behind life, or the God side of us. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing with my hands here, but the spiritual side is here and the human side is here, according to today's video. So with that side, with knowing that we've got that safety net. So no matter how many times we fall for being human, no matter how many times we buy into our thinking, we believe it to be real, we take it personally, because boy, did I take the child's behavior personally yesterday. That's what happened to me. I took his thinking personally, and so I shouted, because I took it so personally. So when we take our own thinking personally and we're taking other people's thinking personally, it's not surprising how many people suffer with anxiety and stress. So when we tap into that spiritual side of us, and we know that we have that safety net, we know that no matter how many times we fall, we've got that to pick us back up again. We've got wisdom waiting to give us the answer, already telling us that the answer, showing us the answer consistently in our lives. All we need to do is be open to it. So my goal here is to open your eyes and open your heart to the magic that you have within you. So I hope there was something helpful in today's video, that you can have a calmer, gentler, more insightful day today because of this video. So good luck with the competition. I can't wait to hear from you, and keep an eye out for my next video. I know I'm one video behind, but I do weekly videos, except for last week, kind of missed that one. But continuing from today, there will be a weekly video that's usually posted either Wednesday or Thursday every single week. So I hope you have a lovely day, week, month, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.